older generation look at us and think, oh, these young people are lazy. We're not. We just have more resources.
Like, especially now that mental health is so big and a lot of people like have autism, ADHD, just everyone has different capabilities. 21.
I'm 24 years old.
I'm 29.
23.
24.
21.
I'm 25. I'm going to say the latter. The expectations are so much different back to where it was like, where like women would have to like work at home and like men would work industrial jobs. Like that's been broken down now. Like there's so many like wider options available now, especially with like the rise of social media, with the likes of, self-employment.
I wouldn't say they're lazy. I just think that as technology is progressing and, things are becoming easier, it's just becoming more easier to do things. And yeah, I think it's just the time we're in at the moment.
I think we're creating new ways to work. I wouldn't say that we're lazy per se. I'd say culturally everything's changed a lot, but I feel like the hustle's still there, especially living in London. Like you were trying hard. It's not easy to live here when you're young, so I feel like there's still a lot of hustle involved.
Like opportunities to be like an entrepreneur have never been so easy before. So I think, and I think that it's so much better that this is the direction that that modern society is going in, because like boundaries are being shattered nowadays, and I think that's kind of like the direction that we have to go in.
I think it's the same for everyone. I feel like there's going to be some lazy people, there's going to be some people who are making positive changes for everyone, and yeah.
They're not lazy, they're definitely creating a new way to work.
Yeah, I don't think we're lazy. I think the way we go about things, that maybe it may not be like society's version of what we should do. So I guess people might look at it as lazy, but...
And I feel like we've got different mindsets to the older generations.
I don't really know, to be honest. Like some people like don't take the opportunities they can and things like that, and other people are just want to like stay in bed all day and things like that.
So like for example, a lot of the jobs the older generations do, we have no interest in those jobs. We started creating new jobs. We've also, I don't know, it's like we're a lot more, I would say, independent, and we think for ourselves, but they don't think that. Yeah.
I think we think big. Like, I think the way life is, I think especially living in London, it's like you kind of have to find a way to make a living for yourself. And if it might be slower than some aspects, which I think is why people think we're lazy.
Hard work means to me doing the best I can, going out every day and living my life to the fullest, and making sure I can provide a safe financial state for myself and my family, and in years to come I can relax them. But now it's about going out and making sure I can provide a future for myself and my family.
I think hard work is just doing the best you can, and that's different for everybody. Like, especially now that mental health is so big and a lot of people like have autism, ADHD, just everyone has different capabilities. So working to their best version of themselves is hard working, in my opinion.
Perseverance. I mean, like, the thing that I always say to people is that, like, whatever you set your mind to, like, you control the outcome. Like, if you remain, like, ferociously focused on your one thing, whatever that may be, like, it will happen. You just have to tell yourself that it will happen, because, like, you may not know how it will happen in the moment, but you will, irrespective of, like, the detours and things that, along the journey that might not go your way. That's what hard work, I think, means to me. The attitude and the motivation towards it.
Hard work means doing everything you can with what you have, and I feel like making use of all the resources that you've got around you, and if you can't do anything more than that, then it is what it is.
I don't know, it's just like your own drive. It's proving to yourself you can do it.
Never giving up, always motivated towards your goals. You have a target and you have something to aim for.
Believing and staying true to myself, because I think if I stick to what I believe in, then I feel like I can't really go wrong with life.
I'm going to say easier, because as I mentioned, because like in this day and age, like it's a lot easier, like, to be an entrepreneur. It's a lot easier to go out there and do the things that you want, rather than like holding yourself to like a certain standard from the boomer generation. But even compared to millennials, I think like compared to like general well-being, like mental health is a lot more understood than what it was, say, like 20 or 30 years ago. And I think that understanding gives us like gives us better hope for like understanding like how our minds work. Like because we didn't have that luxury like 20 or 30 years ago.
I think we have it easier, but it's not as easy as people think because there's a lot of challenges that come with it. So the older generation look at us and think, well, I guess I am Gen Z, aren't I? I'm 29. The older generation look at us and think, oh, these young people are lazy. We're not. We just have more resources. And, you know, even though we do have more resources and more technology, it still can be hard. So it's a bit of both, yeah.
I would say it depends because like a lot of the older generations, they had kids like really young, and I'm 21 with no kids, thank God. And it's like, I really think it just depends on what people have gone through, what they're also like, what situations they're in, just things like that. I really think it depends on each individual and each person's situation, but there's no like right or wrong answer to that in my opinion.
I don't know, in its own way. Like we don't know we know through history, but I feel like we all live through the world quite differently. It's kind of just, well, everything changes such fast pace, you know.
So I would say mental health can make things harder. You know, with social media, there's a lot of pressure, comparing yourself to others. You know, that makes things harder because you feel like you're not doing well because someone who is in the same industry as you or same circle as you may be, you know, way ahead. So that makes things harder. It's something that I struggle with as well, and I think a lot of people struggle with that too. So yeah, I'd definitely say mental health and, you know, pressures of social media can make things harder.
To an extent, I think it works both ways. I think in some ways, due to social media, for example, young people were able to get ourselves out there more and use social media to our advantage. But on the other hand, I feel like there's a downside where some of us are not taken seriously as we possibly could be due to things like social media.
Yeah, I think harder. I think we've been silenced for so long, and now that we are old enough to have a voice, people might see it as argumentative or, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm working a 9 to 5 and I hate it.
Me, give me a 9 to 5, please.
I don't like the 9 to 5 life simply because I am a creative and I just feel like I hate routine. I like something new every day. So I'd say entrepreneurship, being a creative, is more a bit of me simply because I don't like doing the same thing every day. So it's not easy at all, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, I'd like to see both sides of it. I would like to work 9 to 5, but the ultimate goal is to have a business for myself because I want to leave something for my family and my children in the future, and also I'd like to start something from the ground up on my way up and focus on things I love.
For me, I do a bit of both. So if I really had a choice, I would rather do my own thing full time. I think a 9 to 5, you get stuck in that same position and it's very hard for you to excel in terms of like positions and stuff. So I'd rather do my own thing. If you can, go for it.
I don't mind 9 to 5 full routine at this point, but eventually, you know, I want to work on my own accord. You know, I do graphic design, so I kind of work all hours anyway.
It goes both ways, to be honest. I mean, as a concert YouTuber on MWA, Music with Alex, check it out, guys. I always think, like, it doesn't matter if you work a 9 to 5 job. It doesn't matter if you're working in McDonald's, sweeping the streets, or, like, you're a millionaire with stocks and things like that. At the end of the day, as long as you're happy with your life, that's what matters most in the world, basically.
I would personally say a 9 to 5 because it's just, like, stable and secure. And like doing your own thing, you can never guarantee it works out. And I am very, very happy for people my age who have like done their own thing and they're just like excelling in everything they do now. But yeah, I'd rather have a 9 to 5.
I'm going to say 9 to 5 job because I'm personally on the autism spectrum and I like routine. So in this difficult world that we live in, I kind of like I like routine just to like kind of like make my life a little easier because the world that we live in is complex and it's tough. So I think having that kind of like stability in my life does help my general well-being a lot.